What's going on, family? Welcome back. Coach Trey here with another video. And I got a special one for you guys today because it's really going to go into everything that playing Division I football, working half a decade of concrete, and what Mike Mentzer taught me about training, naturally, developing muscle, accountability, discipline, mentality, mindset, everything, guys, and how to sustain it long term. So we'll break this video into a couple different sections here, going over the different experiences, what I pulled out of it, what you guys can pull out of it, what I teach everybody that works, under me, all my clients, and how it's actually affecting them and how it will affect you too. Quick little about me, ex-Division I football player for Central Connecticut State. I was a running back. I did half a decade in concrete forms and 7 years in the trade space. Started social media about 2 years ago and currently a high intensity training coach online and in person. But without further ado, let's hop right in, guys. So Division I football, CCSU, man, what a good time of my life. For those of you that didn't know, I was the first one in my high school's history to go on and play Division I football for Central Connecticut State University, FCS school in the NEC division. Such a good time, man. Even though I worked my ass off and sacrificed a lot of things in high school, it was absolutely worth it because now it's legendary and I can feel like I satisfied my need to go play while I could before my ACL tear, which is a whole different story. But I want to go into the three biggest things that you guys need to take out of my experience playing Division I football and everything that I learned that I implement into my high intensity training with all my coaching clients. So we're going to break this down to three things. Number one, let's see if I can pull this up here. Number one is accountability, man. Accountability plays a huge role in your success as an individual and as a team, okay? We set expectations for ourselves and for our teammates to go and show up no matter how we felt and perform at the highest level regardless of what is going on outside of us, okay? Whether that was waking up at 5 a.m. for a 5:30 team lift, whether that was, going and getting good grades in class and showing up to class on top of everything that we had going on during the season, whether that was making sure we were doing the right thing on the weekend, avoiding certain substances, drinking alcohol when we weren't supposed to. I mean, you name it, accountability is one of the highest standards when it comes to playing Division I football. Now, why is this important? Why is accountability even important? Well, if you want to do the right thing, if you want to be a winner, if you want to be a champion in life, then you have to do what you need to do regardless of how you feel. And something that I picked up that I really emphasize that you guys might see on social media, but especially in my coaching, is accountability. If you aren't waking up and eating your meals, weighing your macros, knowing your calories, if you're not waking up and training on the days that you're supposed to be training, or even making up for days that you missed, then you're never gonna get to your end goal physically. And for a lot of you, that is your number one end goal right now. And because of a lack of accountability, you cannot seem to hit that. And that is understandable. But that is where the team play comes in. That is where Division I football changed my mentality on accountability. Because the truth is, no matter how badly you don't want to do something, if you have to do it and nobody is there to tell you no, then you might not go and do it. But if somebody is there to tell you, hey, you have to get up off your ass and make this happen, you're going to do it regardless. But the best part of that is the next day you wake up and you say, I'm glad that happened. I'm glad he was there to pick me up and put me through it. I'm glad that he was there to pick me up, pull me into the study room so I knew the play. And then when game day comes, you know what the play is before the ball is even snapped because you studied, and you make a tackle for a 5-yard loss on the other team's end. That's what it's about. It's doing the little things when you don't feel like it for a payoff in a future event. And so when it comes to coaching, when it comes to your physique and weight training, accountability is a huge portion of it that not only do I emphasize, but that a lot of clients needed to solve. A big part of why they're in the end goal that they have now, and same with me. Number two, guys, structure. Having an actual structure to the day, knowing what time you need to wake up, knowing what needs to get done within a certain time period, when all the little tasks are due, and what time you need to go to bed and reset for the next day. Structure is huge. So many people just wake up and kind of just go throughout the day. They're trying to squeeze in things. They don't really have a genuine knowledge of how hard to go and when to go and what not to do and when not to do it. They're all over the place. And so in Division I football, we had team structures. They even printed out weekly and daily structures, monthly structures for us to know exactly what time the meetings were, practice was, weight training was, study was, class was, meals were. I mean, it's down to the very, very minute. And that is super important because you could never become unorganized or not know what you had to do during the day to achieve that result that is set as an expectation from the team, from the coaches. And so when it comes to coaching, when it comes to high intensity training, when it comes to dieting, when it comes to looking for any sort of coaching program to get you in shape, structure is going to be that lever that you can pull, that push that is going to allow you to be able to go hard during the times that you need to go hard. It's going to be the organization, the backbone, the skeleton. I mean, you could name it whatever you want. But so many people are lost in their day because they have no structure to it. And then they get all clustered, they're losing time, they're trying to pick up the things that they left behind, and they lose all the opportunity in front of them and the day's over. And so what you need to do is learn how to structure your day with either Google Calendar, which I do for all my clients, or with a notebook. It's super simple. Wake up at this time, morning routine, get ready for work, go to work, whatever it is, come home, train, meal prep, go to bed. It could be as simple as that, but some people just don't know how to do it. And so structure is huge, guys, and I want you to understand that it will definitely change your life if you feel like you're unorganized and not seeing results. The last thing, okay? Tracking and experience. Now, what do I mean by tracking? First of all, while I was playing Division I, we were blessed to have coaches that did tracking for us. No matter what weight we had that week in weight room, there was always numbers on the squat rack, right? These are the weights you have to hit. These are the weights that you're expected to hit. And these are the weights that we're expecting you to hit next week. You're tracking your weights, guys. You understand that the growth mechanism in your body is actually working. You're actually putting on more muscle. You're actually gaining strength. And having predictable outcomes is a huge importance when it comes to building muscle, either natural bodybuilding or natural aesthetics, whatever you guys choose. Tracking is super important because it shows genuine growth. And so I need you guys to learn how to track. And if you don't know how to track, that's okay. That's why I'm here. But tracking is going to absolutely change the game. So now you have accountability. You show up when you're supposed to. You have structure so you know what to do, when to do it, and you can track it to know the organization down the road, what's expected if you continue on this path. How could you fail? Literally, how could you fail? It is impossible when you have the right coaching systems in place. And the last thing I want to bring up to you guys is experience. So what really is experience in Division I? Well, I'll put it two ways. Number one, you get experience of doing things the right way, whether it's form, whether it's counting calories, whether it's people just sharing knowledge. It is experience. You went through the motions and you saw results. You were there. I was there. I genuinely have the experience to now give all those things that the Division I coaches taught me to other people, and in fact, build upon it. The experience makes it. I can say, I scored a touchdown playing Division I. That's awesome. But think about all the things that were required to get me to that position, to score. The experience from that is the gold. Because now it's not just scoring one time, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's the same thing with your life. When you have that experience, you now know how to do things the right way and score metaphorically again and again and again in your future as well. Number two, experience as in competition. The people not only that I was working with were my teammates, but in practice, it's offense versus defense. Your competitors. It's experience versus experience. It's iron sharpens iron. And so without people that are ahead of you or better than you or competing at your level, you'll never know what your possibilities are or be forced to exceed. That is the power of a teammate. That is the power of high competition, Division I. It doesn't get better than Division I. So now there's a standard set around what you need to do and what is expected to play. And so if you're looking to build muscle mass, if you're looking to get in shape, be around people that expect nothing less from you than they do from themselves. Get around Division I competitors in the bodybuilding scene, in the aesthetic building scene, in the natural building scene. It doesn't matter. You need to be around the environment that's going to change you and make you better because you have to rise to their level. That is why I believe a community in coaching is vital to success when it comes to people that haven't seen any natural growth on their own. So anyways, guys, Division I football definitely changed my life in so many positive ways, and I hope you guys took something from that. Now let's move on to concrete. All right, guys, 3 things I picked up from concrete that you can translate into your physical training life and natural betterment, okay? Here are the 3 things. Focus for me. Perfect. Do it tired, prepare yourself, and adjust, okay? Working forms, for those of you that don't know, is a very labor-heavy work, okay? Especially being 16, I mean, I felt like a grown-ass man doing it, and it definitely taught me a lot of good life lessons, okay? Number 1, do it tired. Now, what is the theory of do it tired? When you're working that hard at that young of an age, you know that your body's gonna be exhausted, especially if you're working out as well. You need to wake up and you need to do it tired. You need to know that, hey, regardless of the work ahead, I know I got good sleep. I know I got recovery. Sometimes you're not going to get the best recovery, but you have to wake up and you still have to do it. And that's a lesson of life, guys. So many of you want this super strong mindset. You want to be accountable. You want to have that standard for yourself and the people around you, but yet you can't seem to do it when you're just a little bit tired. When you have to wake up at 6 a.m. to go pour concrete for 10 hours and then go to the gym and then worry about school, you're going to be tired, right? I was tired. But the thing is, I'm still alive. What doesn't kill you is being tired and doing it. What kills you is avoiding the work, being tired, and reflecting upon it down the road and seeing that you still had the opportunity, the chance to get better and still didn't. When you did a full day of work and now you have to go to the gym and you don't show up. Well, what's going on? You don't have to work out for 2 hours or even an hour. You could work out for 30 minutes intensely and be just fine. Why didn't you go? And so for my physique, there's gonna be days where I prioritize rest. And there's gonna be days where I prioritize muscle growth. And so even though I'm resting every other day or so, I wake up and because of the workload, because of social media, any outbounding stress, I might not feel like going to the gym, but I still do because my muscles do not care how my mind feels. They only care about the growth mechanism and when it's under tension. So you guys have to do it tired. Number 2, prepare. Prepare yourself. If you know you're gonna have to do it tired, if you know you're gonna have to do it regardless, and you know that there's gonna be not enough time in the day to go grab lunch, prepare. It starts by getting enough sleep. It starts by prioritizing recovery and setting your meals up for the day. You don't have to necessarily prepare the sets and reps for the gym, but you should prepare your calories and macros for the day if you're on the go. If you need to save time, you need to be able to prepare yourself to have the correct intake when you show up before the gym. So that way you can get some energy back. That way you are prepared, your muscles are prepared and filled with glycogen before the lift. That's why you build the calendars. That's why you build accountability systems, the schedules, because you're preparing yourself for success regardless of what is thrown at you. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And that's the exact case when it comes to developing muscle and weight gain. You need to prepare for your day to not go as planned and still be able to have these systems, the blueprints, and the preparation to get you through the day regardless with results that are satisfactory. It is something that genuinely changed my life because now it's not just a bad day, right? It's not like I just have good days and bad days. I have good days and less good days, but they're still good because no matter how bad my day can get, my structure and organization covers it. My preparation covers it. Your preparation will cover it, but you need to learn how, and that's what I'm trying to stress to you guys. So prepare. The last thing is adjust. Learning how to adjust. Working concrete, I had to adjust. I had to know that my schedule was going to be different on weekdays than it was on the weekends, and that's okay. I'm going to build a training split that can be adjustable. I can go, every other day here, and maybe on the weekends only train once, or maybe you have to train twice. It doesn't matter. What matters is you're getting in the right amount of reps and the right amount of recovery, regardless of what's going on. You need to adjust. Sometimes it's snowing and you're doing forms. You have to wear the right stuff. You have to prepare the correct gear. You gotta wear gloves. You have to wear boots that aren't gonna slip off of the planks. You have to prepare the concrete a different way. You're also gonna be working concrete in 100 degrees, where the panels are damn near burning your skin off. You gotta take your shirt off. And you gotta understand concrete's gonna get harder a little bit faster in the heat. So you gotta work a different way. Either way, it's gonna be hard. But it will only be harder if you don't know how to adjust to your environment. And so when it comes to your body, you need to be able to adjust and be okay knowing that, hey, it still might be hard, but because I know how to adjust with all the other supporting structures, it's not going to be as bad as it would be without it. Adjusting can be simply, hey, I'm looking to build muscle. It doesn't seem like my meals right now are actually allowing me to build the weight that I'm trying to see in the time period that I'm trying to see. So we're gonna adjust. We're gonna add more protein, up the carbs a little bit, and see how that does. Hey, you can't fit the meals in 3 times a day? That's fine. We'll do 2 bigger meals. You have to adjust. Hey, I'm only going to the gym 3 days a week. I think I can get more out of it if I went 4. All right, we have to adjust. That ability to work around small problems separates people all the time from just where they're at to having another insane amount of progress. But some people just aren't willing to make the change, and that's the biggest problem. So do it tired, prepare yourself, and be able to adjust. Those 3 things from concrete can definitely be applied into your physical transformation, and I'm telling you, as a coach, it makes all the difference. Last but not least, Mike Mentzer, and what I really took from his style of training, on top of my knowledge from Division I football and concrete, and how I mixed it together to this almost perfect plan for really anybody that's looking to have insane natural muscle growth. The first thing, guys, is intensity, okay? Training with true intensity. Even if it's just 1 set, activating the growth mechanism in your muscle that requires it to grow because of the tension that it's under. A lot of you guys are going to the gym and you have these super high volume workouts, which I have done before, and I can say can give you progress. But you will hit a plateau, or you're not going hard enough because of all the sets you're reserving for. You're hitting like 3 or 4 sets per workout. And what's happening is you're not actually going to true failure. Or on the other end of the spectrum, you're going to true failure too much and overexhausting the muscle and not having enough recovery. And so what you need to do is understand true failure will activate the growth mechanism and require the muscle to grow. Obviously with the right nutrition, calories, and macros to support that. What I want you guys to try is, if you find yourself not pushing hard enough, reduce your sets and increase the intensity of the reps. Keep it between 6 to 8 or 6 to 10 reps per workout, and give it everything that you have while still having good form. Intensity is what builds muscle. Intensity is what triggers the growth mechanism. I cannot stress that enough. Every single time I've been going to the gym, I have been getting a much greater workout from just a high intensity. Why? Because I'm pushing past my body's limits. If you just can do 8 reps, 8 reps, 8 reps, and not pushing yourself to fail at 10, your body naturally will not grow because there's no force telling it to grow. There's no reason for it to grow. Your body is adapting from nature. That's just the body's way of evolution. It needs to survive. So until you give it a reason to get stronger, it won't get stronger. So that's number 1. Number 2, rest and recovery is vital. So many of you guys, again, are either not training enough and not recovering long enough, or training too much and not recovering long enough. And so that's not giving your muscle any room to grow. You're not actually growing muscle in the gym, you're breaking it down. The growth comes from recovery, where the body's sending all the nutrients to build it back up. And you're eating enough calories to support that, enough proteins to support that, enough carbs before and after to support that. As you are giving everything that you have, your muscle's taking that glycogen and it's using it as fuel. And so you need to replenish that. And also, to replenish the muscle tissue, you need proteins to build it back up. And you need sleep to be able to activate that. That is where growth really comes from, guys. So I want you guys to try to take more days off. Don't feel bad. Don't feel like you need to go to the gym 7 days a week. That's not where true muscle growth comes from. And number 3, guys, is simply form. Ego lifting and high intensity training are different. Ego lifting is where you just do a weight that you don't necessarily even think you can do and try to throw it up. You get 1 or 2 shitty reps, you're blowing out ligaments, and then you're throwing the weights on the floor and you're calling it a PR. That is not what you're supposed to do. High intensity training is taking a weight that you can controllably fail at and continue to try to press further. So for example, if, let's say, I do 80s on incline dumbbell bench press, I do 80s for 8 reps, and on the 8th rep, body's shaking, I'm sweating, I get it to the top, I control it back down, and I can try to go again to get another half rep. That is controlled high intensity training. This is not PR lifting. This is not ego lifting. We are predictably building muscles with weights that we can control and do drop sets with. At failure on a machine with a pin. You go all the way to failure, you can barely get it. You get a half rep, you're squeezing it, you lower the weight, and you get 3 to 4 more reps. You're pushing the muscle to be stronger beyond what it was normally capable of, guys. And so form plays a humongous role in weightlifting. So I hope you guys enjoyed those 3 topics, but now I want to transition more into how those things changed my life outside of just the experience. As somebody who was 135 pounds, soaking wet when they were in high school, to becoming a Division I athlete, becoming 210 pounds naturally, changing my physique, it brought a whole new perspective to life. It opened up a whole new world of opportunity. And people, they don't understand that it goes past just feeling confident. And I think that plays a huge role, right? Someone that was skin and bones before, now you have, or overweight, now you have a 6-pack, you got the arms, the chest, the confidence, the chiseled jawline, you look good, you feel good about yourself, and you made it happen, right? You have all that confidence, which is the best feeling in the world, knowing that you are capable of doing that, doing the same thing that I did and what my clients have done. You are capable of getting all these things, but it's for more than just looking this way, because it opened up so much opportunity. I wouldn't even be talking to you guys through the camera if I didn't get jacked, if I didn't train hard in high school to go play Division I, to open that opportunity, to then allow me to have those titles and make an impact on other people, to then open up social media once I tore my ACL and speak upon it and motivate lives and meet people, right? Even talking to women, right? There's so many girls that I was able to talk to and just be friends with and open the door to because, honestly, of my confidence in how I looked. My body brought a lot of good attention. And so if you're looking for not only the self-confidence, but opportunity to meet people or do things for a career, you need to get jacked. You need to build muscle. It will change your life forever. And I'm trying to emphasize this, especially if you're somebody that is, either late teen, mid-20s, early 30s, you still have a lot of life ahead of you. You need to set this foundation up to open doors now that will lead you to so much opportunity down the road. Take action, guys. You need to take action. It will change your life. And even, for example, Gabe came to me at a young age. We dropped his weight, added some muscle. Now he has his whole life ahead of him to be jacked and just build on what he has. Greg came to me, lost 100 pounds. Now he's jacked, and now he has his whole life ahead of him too. And he came to me at 24. Or even John. John is 26 years old. We lost 25 pounds of fat, stacked muscle on, and now he also has the confidence to not only do his job better as a mechanic, but to be the man of his family, to lead a good life. It's bigger than just fitness, guys. It's bigger than just going to the gym. It's having all the accountability, structure, systems, team, effort, knowledge, confidence, leadership to do whatever you need to in life. So with that being said, I hope you guys learned something and enjoyed this video. As always, if you're looking for one-on-one help, the link is in the description. If you're looking to join the community, the link is in description. And I will let you guys go because this has been a pretty long video. Coach Trey, guys, get 1% better today. Throw up the ones, baby. I'm signing out. See you soon. Take care.